This is something that you can perform with any books that you can find around. And I want you to imagine the word floating in front of you, just like balloons. And just like that, I know that the word. Hello everyone. Today, I'm going to teach you a very interesting mind reading effect using books. This is something that you can perform with any books that you can find around. I'm going to show you the effect first, then I'm going to teach that method to you, the basic method. Then I'm also going to cover alternative methods and many other variations. So without any further ado, let's start the video. Alright, so this is how the basic effect looks like. So you take a book and you riffle down the book just like that and you ask your audience to say stop. Alright, this looks something like this. You just riffle and ask your audience to say stop, and they say stop anywhere they want, and you show them that page. And you ask them to think of the very first word on that page. The very first, if I'm going to come close, the very first word on that page. Alright? And you ask them to remember it, and you close the book and you hand it to them. There is no way you can know what the word is because they stopped you at a random page. And you look at them and you start reading their minds. You ask them to think of the word, create an image in their mind, and think of that over and over again. And for this case, I'm reading the mind through the screen. Okay? Think of the word. And I want you to imagine the word floating in front of you, just like balloons. And I want to take a pin and just pop one of the balloons right at the center. Go ahead, do it. Perfect. Think of the letter. Think of the letter. Right at the center. I have a very strong sense you just popped the letter N. Okay, for those of you who popped any other letter, just to confirm, there is a letter N in your word as well, right? Perfect. Think of the first letter. It's an F, right? Now, think of the entire word in your mind over and over again. Okay, look into the screen, think of the entire word over and over again. Perfect. Try to send that thought to me. Perfect. Now, you stopped me. In this case, I stopped, but I just opened a random page. But for this performance, they can stop anywhere they want. And you thought of the very first word on that page, and I wrote something down on my board over here. And just like that, I know that the word that you are thinking of is finally. So that was the basic presentation. So let's learn how this is done. In order to do this amazing mind reading effect, you will be needing a book. Now you need to prepare the book in a certain way, okay? And mind that this preparation doesn't take much time. It just takes not more than a few seconds, and you can do this while you are just casually flicking through the book, okay? So I have prepared this book in such a way that if I do this, this will automatically open to page 116, and that was the page that you saw, okay? Like this. If I just let go of everything, it just opens to the same page over and over again, okay? Just like that, it just opens to page 116. So how I prepared this book is, so this is the secret. You know, this is called the spine of the book. Now all you need to do is break the spine to that page. Now I just went through the book, and somewhere in the middle I saw a word that I can use as a force, and I took the book and I bent it outward just like that. I have already prepared this. I don't want to damage this, so I'm going to use another one right over here. So for example, I want to force the number, the word, let's take a fairly good word. Okay, let's take this word, wolf pack. Okay, so I take the book and I just do this, okay, and I just do this, and I just try to fold it just like that, just casually, as if I'm reading the book. Now that is the only preparation that you need to do. Now you can see there is a major opening over there. You can just squash it just like that so that it's not that obvious. You can hold it like that. Now when you do this, you can still see there is a gap over here, and that is where your force word is. Now you have to time your flipping through the pages to the time they say stop. So you just riffle very slowly and you ask them to tell stop, and the moment they say stop, you just let go of everything. Okay, just like that. One more time. Just take the book and you ask them to say stop, and when they say stop, you just let go of everything and it just opens to page 82. I know it sounds a bit difficult, but with practice, you can do it very smoothly. One more time, you do this, you turn around, you ask them to say stop, they say stop, and you just let go of everything, and it just opens to the same page over and over again. No matter what you do, it just opens to the same page. There you go. One more time. Just say stop anywhere you want. They say stop, and you let go of everything. It just opens to the page that you wanted to force. So that is a very simple preparation that you need to do. Just take the forced page and you just bend it back, and you just slowly do this, and you just close it. That's it. That's the only preparation that you need to do. You just riffle through it, and when they say stop, you just let go of everything and you show them the word, ask them to remember the very first word, and the rest is all presentation. Okay, you ask them to think of a letter in the center. They think of N or an A or anything. Okay, so you just write the one that you feel they are thinking. Now, even when you get it right, that is a double hit, right? But even if you get it wrong, the letter, you say that, okay, but I can sense there is a letter N in it, right? Say yes. Okay, then you start revealing the word slowly, one at a time, and there you go. That was it. So that was really simple. I hope you understood. Okay, so as simple as just bending a book back just like that, so that it opens to that page each and every single time. Now, once you're done, you can just do this and this, so that your preparation is reset and the book becomes normal once again. All right. So that was one of the methods. So let's cover the alternatives. What if you do not want to use this method? What if you want to use some other method? You're not comfortable with this, although this is a very good method. Okay, short method, but still I'm going to give you alternatives so that you have a choice of performing. So what you can do is, there is a force in card tricks called riffle force. Riffle force, where what you do is, you select a card that you want to force, you put a pinky break just like that, and you hold the deck like this, and you ask them to stop whenever they stop, no matter where they stop. What you do is, you lift the entire pack right at the break, and there you go. That's the card they think they selected, but instead it's a forced card. So what you do is, you take the book and use the same principle that we used for a riffle force with the book. So what you do is, let's use the same page, the wolf pack, and you take a pinky break right at the bottom, just like that. I know it's a weird grip, but with practice it becomes really normal. So you take a pinky break just like that, right from the bottom. Now from the front, it looks like as if you're just holding the book just like that. Okay, just like that, but bottom you're holding a pinky break. From the front, it looks just like you're holding the book in your hands. Now you ask them to call out stop wherever they want. They say stop, wherever they stop, you just open the page to the break. Okay, one more time. You take a pinky break right at the bottom, hold the book just like that. Okay, pinch it from the top, and you riffle down just like this, and you ask them to say stop wherever they stop. It opens to the same page. Okay, let's try with another page. For example, this one where it says I am. Okay, you take the break right at the bottom, and you ask them to say stop. They say stop wherever they stop. You just open the page to the break, and you show them the word. All right, so that is one of the methods that you can use. The other method is, I won't be able to do it with this because the pages are a bit thin, but there is another technique in playing cards where you can force a playing card just by riffling the cards and showing them the cards. If I do this and you say stop, you can stop it at that card, and I can say it's the 8 of hearts, right? So this uses the short card principle. Okay, so what you do is, you trim out a fine line from the top so that this card becomes shorter than the rest. So for this case, what I did was, I held the card a little lower so that it becomes a natural break, and wherever they stop, you can just stop right at the break. Okay, so that's the short card principle. So you can use the same principle with a book with a bit thicker pages, and mind it, for this you need to prepare the book beforehand. What you need to do is, you take one of the pages and you just shorten out one of the pages slightly, just like that. Okay, so this becomes the short card, and no matter what you do, that page, that book will open to that page. Okay, one more time. It will not work best with this because the pages are very thin, but if you try it with a book with thicker pages, the book will always open to the short card, just like that. All right, so that is one of the methods, and there is one more method that you can use that is also quite nice. So for that, you'll be needing a playing card. Okay, so you bring out the book, hand it to the audience. This time you can hand it to the audience. Okay, now you use the riffle force. What you do is you take the first page, and for example, the first page over here was page number 116 with the word finally. So 116 is ace is 1, ace, ace, and 6. So that becomes 116. So all you need to do is force those 3 playing cards, ace, ace, and 6. For example, 116, ace, ace, and 6. You put these cards in this sequence on the top. Then you take the cards, you swing cut, you take a pinky break, and you ask them to say stop. They say stop. You show them these 3 playing cards and ask them to remember the number this creates. So for example, this says 1, this is 1, this is 6. So they remember the page number 116. You ask them to open the book to the page 116 and remember the very first word on that page, and that is the word finally. So this is how you can do this as well. For example, if the page is 89, that's what you'll be using. Okay, and swing cut, pinky break, ask them to say stop. No matter where they say stop, you reach out from the back and lift up right at the break, and you give them those 2 cards and ask them to create a page number with that. This being the first number, this being the second number, that is page number 89, and you have already memorized what is at page 89. So this is also one of the ways that you can use. Now the revelation is very important, how you present it. Like I mentioned in my previous video where I gave mentalism tips, that you need to make it as real as possible, because for the audience, you do not know what the word is, right? You are just reading their mind. They are just thinking of the word and you're reading their mind. So you need to make it as convincing as possible, like revealing the word letter by letter, or asking them to imagine that word, imagine them, if it's an object that they can hold, imagine them holding that object, and ask them to send that thought to you. Look at their eyes, make it as believable as possible with your script. Okay, so I hope that helped, and I hope you learned something from this. In mentalism, this is called a kind of a book test where you reveal words from a book. All right, so I hope you like this. Practice it. I know some of the moves might be difficult to perform the very first time, but practice makes a man perfect, right? So do practice, and once you have mastered, you can impress your friends, you can impress your family, and you can impress everyone around you with this amazing mind reading effect. So if you like this video, give this a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, click on the subscribe button that's right over here, and click on the bell button right beside it so that you do not miss any updates from my channel or any fun tutorials like this from my channel. Share it with your magician friends so that they learn something from this as well. And that was it from my side for today. I'll see you in the next. Bye-bye.